We needed that.
Otherwise, we'll never find the section.
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's do
Is
a
this
podcast. 119.
Great note. Fuck you, dickhead. No one can even see that.
No, they can't, can they? Hang on. All right. Ready to start this?
Yeah. Hello, the world of the internet. This is episode 119. We are the Trusty Crowbar. I'm Reese Whittingslow.
I'm Douglas Bright.
And I'm Lucas Whittingslow.
I'm surprised you've even caught on it, Doug.
Trying to
play
Need
your
for-
games.
Playing Need for
You.
Speed. This is the one game I've now played for the
The
week.
youth of today. Look what they've become.
The youth of... Yeah. Look how youthful he looks
Yeah.
now.
It is. It's pretty,
A
pretty
youthful glow.
young and schmick. Schmick and snappy.
All right. This week in video games, this month actually, I don't think it's been a while since we've spoken.
It's probably 2 weeks since we've done a
I spoke to you
Well, it's
last
probably
week.
2 weeks since we released a podcast,
Yeah.
but that was, we were a bit early.
So saying like a month since we've spoken, it's not really correct.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to you. I've
I
spoken
spoke to you last
through
week.
someone to you.
I spoke to you last week.
I wasn't speaking directly to you at all, though. No.
yeah. Didn't you notice?
I was
there
talking
no
to-
eye contact.
Yeah, I was talking to Reese,
Yep.
and then
No,
Reese,
I just
Reese
happened to be there.
Reese
It was at my
passing the
house.
message.
You're in close proximity.
Yeah, you just thought there was communication happening. It wasn't.
There was a bit of an error happening there. So
What was my reward for winning? An uncommon backplate.
his video game.
Oh, he's playing his video
Yeah,
game
he's-
for the week.
No, like not just now. Like that wasn't. Oh, that's my game for. I've been playing this all week.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question about playing games on the phone.
Yeah.
For you.
My phone gets really hot. It must use.
That would get annoying.
Yeah.
But this is your first phone that you've actually damaged.
No, I've broken a couple.
No. Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But at like early in the lifespan of the phone, where you will be playing games on a damaged, broken screen.
I'm going to
for it.
replace my phone soon.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
So
So it does annoy me.
it does annoy you, yeah.
If that's where we're heading.
That was where I was heading.
Come see me.
No, I'm just going to pay whatever Apple charge to replace the phone.
Too much money.
That's all right.
No, not really.
No,
Like $350 or something.
They should just do it for free.
I'll pay you $350 for the phone.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'll get you a new one.
I don't want your dodgy wares.
A
Actually,
new one.
going-
This is HTC. No, this is the new iPhone. It's just got
Look. Scrub it out.
Apple. That's a sticker of an apple. God damn it.
I have a 5S.
I got a few of those stickers. Lined up.
Apple stickers?
Apple stickers, yeah.
Are you talking about the ones you get off apples or an actual
No, the
Apple
ones you get
company
in the
sticker?
box of an Apple product that
So
you
it'd be
can
even
stick
funnier
on.
if you put an Apple sticker on it, like from an actual apple.
Oh, one of the like pink lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look, it's a pink lady phone.
All right, that's enough minutes of faffing about.
Yeah.
Now it's
But-
time to talk about real games.
That annoys me at all levels.
It does?
Not even just game related.
Just everything, yeah.
Yeah, and getting glass in my fingers and stuff.
Do you
Well, like I
not
said,
have a
put
screen
a
protector on there?
Freaking cover on it. He's living on the edge.
No, what he's done is he's assessed the phone and he's like, all right, it's cracked a little bit. I give up on this. I'm not spending any more money on this hunk of shit because I'm going to swap it over eventually
Yeah.
for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anywho.
More processing power than the computers that sent man to the moon, and you won't put it.
Most computers after the computers that sent the man to the moon had more processing power than the computers that sent the man to the moon.
What do you mean most computers? What do you reckon that the newest, the first Apple?
Do you
Came
know that they use the chipset inside a PlayStation 1 in the Curiosity Mars rover?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a fun fact. I've got a fun fact for you. Did you know that?
Hang on. We need theme music for this.
I was just wondering when we're going to talk about video
It
games.
doesn't even sound like music. It's not music. The chips, the Super Game Boy, in the Super Game Boy is practically a actual Game Boy because the Super Nintendo didn't have enough power to emulate Game Boy games.
Yep.
So it's pretty much a Game Boy without a screen
Yeah.
and buttons, obviously. But in that's how they made the Super Game Boy.
That was the cheap idea.
Yeah.
That wasn't. It was a lot cheaper than a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And
then I converted it to a
Yeah,
single
yeah.
console.
I
a single
enjoyed
game
playing Pokemon on the TV rather than on the Game Boy.
Well, did it have a processing chip in it? I wonder.
In the actual...
It was
It must have.
the insides of a Game Boy put in a cartridge
Yeah.
and then converted to run on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what they should do for PlayStation 4. Just like
A CD that's just got like an actual little miniature
PS2 in it.
PS2 and PS3. Just like, you just...
It's not fitting! Just get the PlayStation 3 Slim, it'll fit in there.
Even though we're making funnies about that, that's kind of what the original PlayStation 3 was, though, for the PS2 emulation. It just had the PS2 chip
Inside the actual console,
yeah, on there.
On the main board,
So it really was that.
Yeah, but it got too expensive to keep that going
Yeah.
with licensing agreements and everything there, so they decided to can it, drop the price of the PlayStation 3, and then never look back, and they haven't. Talking about backwards compatibility, I was reading an article that Phil Spencer was talking about with Xbox One, the 360 backwards compatibility.
New Xbox dude.
Yeah.
It's like, games.
I like games.
We like games.
Everyone likes games. I like gamers.
Gamers are
Well,
great.
that's a good start.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
apparently for backwards compatibility, like it was the top number one requested thing on the Xbox One chart. There's a website that you can go to and request different functionality and stuff like that, and backwards compatibility was. And there was a bunch of engineers that just went off from the group and tried their own little coding system and basically figured out how to convert the 360 architecture, like the coding language and everything like that, over to the x86, which is the current one.
I'm still confused how it works.
Yeah, I thought, oh yeah, sure, they've just been able to run an emulation, but no, it's a lot harder than what we actually think. It's you download the game, you've got to download the full game, so you put the disc in and it downloads the game onto your hard drive.
And it adds it to, I think it adds it to your Xbox.
I don't think
library.
I think you still need the disc and everything, but it's installed on the console. So it's like, because currently I've got the Rare Replay disc,
Yep.
and that's got like the Xbox 360 versions of Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and Conker's Bad Fur Day, and all that. And even though it's a Blu-ray disc with tons of games on it, those ones I still had to download each of them. All of them popped up with, hey, there's an update. But the update's like 8.5 gig, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's the game. So yeah, it would download, and then it runs from the data file that you got installed on your console, which I found that really interesting. So, games. What have you played, Reese?
I did just pick up the Uncharted collection.
You played that today?
Yes, I did.
How much did you play of it today? You didn't come in until like lunchtime to pick it up.
Yeah, I was doing my thing.
Yeah,
Doing my thing.
sleeping.
Yeah, no, actually, I woke up at like...
How does it work?
Okay,
Like from menu selection?
Right, so
for
menu
games?
literally comes up and you can just go left or right and pick Uncharted 1, 2 or 3.
Yep.
And then you click OK, yep, cool, play game, cool. Or bonuses, options, that's it. Play the
Is
game.
everything
There's
unlocked,
no
like all
multiplayer
special
in it.
features and everything there? Or is everything unlocked, like any special features?
There's
and
no
stuff?
special features at all in it. So
Oh.
that is only the, when you get trophies and that sort of stuff. And when you
Just
get,
the three
and,
games?
and concept art and all that
Okay,
stuff.
yeah.
But all the stuff that you could get through 1, 2 and 3 of just like in-game stuff, so character skins, all that stuff is unlocked throughout the games. That's it. There's
Already
no,
unlocked.
There's no
Yeah.
extra menus. There's no the making of Uncharted. There's no
okay.
this, which is
That
a
would've
bit of a
been nice.
shame. Like because
Yeah.
they, I'm pretty sure they had that on The Last of Us, with like The Last of Us Grounded, the actual, or I might be wrong.
You're talking about the PS4 Last of Us one?
Yeah,
Yeah, they had the documentary on
yeah,
there.
which is amazing documentary. Like I absolutely love that documentary, and if they did this with Uncharted, it'd be pretty cool because I love watching Nolan
Same
North.
guys.
He's
They
awesome.
should have just re-released that documentary, just had like someone do the voiceovers. They're like, so anyway, while we were working on Uncharted, that was the last, they were like, the last was Uncharted.
I'm happy you explained that joke.
I know that.
I'm sure everyone will be able to hear how that works properly as well.
Just watch us on YouTube.
It did remind me about how short Uncharted 1 was. Because I remember when I did
Well,
play
you
that.
finished it already.
No, I'm a quarter way through already, and I've played it for about an hour and a half.
Oh,
It's
really?
a 5-hour
Yeah,
game.
yeah, it's a very
Oh,
short
well.
game.
I never
But
played it.
visually,
This is games that you need to.
Yeah, no, it was only I never played it because
You
never
played
had a
number
PS. Yeah, I never had a PS3, and then I bought I just bought number 2 as a new release, and all the reviews were like about number 1, so I just never went.
number
and
one's good. Number one's a good solid grounding for the characters. Like, it shows you the three main characters.
Is the story and like scripting and like funnies as good as the other ones?
Yeah.
I think it gets better.
Yeah,
as
like
the
it does
games
get better
go on.
as the game. Uncharted 2 is probably the best out of all of them, but it does like you still have the same sort of characters, and you understand where Nate's coming from as a character and what he does.
Do you think you're going to shit yourself that number 4 looks so good?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But being said, playing this on the PS4 and looking the visuals, like I remember playing the game on PS3 and going, "Oh, this is good." Then the second one came out, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is amazing!" Actually, because you gave me both at the same time with the PlayStation, and then
That's right. I'm a good brother.
yeah, and then I now watching it on the PS4 holds its own. It looks really, really good, like visually, very pretty, and I can't wait to play
Are they
number 2.
still? I don't know if you've looked at Uncharted 2 or 3 yet, but that'd be something I'd like you to let us know. Is if they're still a lot more visually more impressive in 2 and 3 than the first one, even on the PS4.
I bet you they will be. Because they probably had a lot more that they could work on. Like the backgrounds and it, like all the forest and all that stuff in this one, Uncharted 1, look really, really nice. Yeah, it looks a lot nicer.
Because initially when they were working on this game...
I don't remember the other games enough. Like, I couldn't just think, I would have... For me, if I now play them, I think it's just how I will remember them.
Yeah.
I'm like, must have been how it was.
Yeah.
Like, as in they were impressive then, but I couldn't specifically remember them enough.
I remember 2 and 3 being really impressive.
Yeah, but so do I. But then if you'd seen them side by side with something like, buddy, the Order, whatever, what was it?
1886?
Yeah.
1990s.
Hey,
man, we're steampunk.
1996. Yeah, if you seen it next to that, you're like, oh, maybe it did it. Like, it still would have been it's good for the time, but do you get what like?
Well, I played it at conference, then it was Uncharted 2 demo when I was there, and playing it and looking at the visuals of the PS4 like redo of them, I was like, yeah, I remember them being like this, but I reckon if I went and compared PS3 to PS4, you would see a huge difference.
I think
that's what I get at. I'm sure there would be, but it's funny. Like if you just look at me like, oh, I must, because it's
they must have always looked this good.
I think the thing that probably makes the better thing about it would be that if you can watch something of a game that came out on PS3, so early game and then middle of the lifespan, near the end of the lifespan, but each of those games still hold their own on a PS4. That's when you should just be like, they've done well. Because if a game still looks like it could be done for PS4, the mechanics in the original, like obviously the original one, were a bit like bland. There's not much you can do in it, obviously. But yeah, if it can hold its own, then that's like the best thing that they could do.
Because when they were working on the initial game, at the same time they were tossing up between doing like a new IP like Uncharted or doing another Jack and Daxter. And they went just straight to like doing Uncharted over that one. But going through the concepts and stuff, initially Drake was very cartoony, and the game was going to have a very like platformy.
It was going to apparently look like a bit more like Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah. So
when you said cartoony, that's what I envisioned, like the overly lanky and funny version.
Yeah, I'm glad they went the way they did, because the game stands a lot more on its own.
Still has a comedic, but still a dark sort of side to it as well.
Yeah, which you can't do if every character is just like a pop art.
Yeah. Which is just funny because I feel by that stage, like Tomb Raider had kind of run its course. Like as in, it was an early platformer, really popular, and then they seemed to like, the visual fidelity seemed to get better and better on Tomb Raider, but it's sort of, apart from probably like the more die-hard fans, I feel like Tomb Raider sort of just went away from what it had been, or what people probably envisioned.
They just kept on rehashing.
Yeah, they probably just never quite grew the brand.
Well, that's the thing about Tomb Raider now, is Tomb Raider is very... There's no comedy in it at all. Like,
I didn't.
They are good games, but I still see the new Tomb Raider like, they're copying Uncharted, whereas Uncharted, in a way, was a copy of Tomb Raider.
That's what I was sort of mean. Like, it's just funny because I think, like, by that stage, Tomb Raider had probably run its course, and yet Uncharted come along and done a more serious, but then they still have the comedy side to it, and did really a platformer, but then probably more in depth shooting mechanics in early Tomb Raiders.
Yeah.
Like, none of them had all the cool, fun, like, firefights and massive set pieces, which just make them a good action. It's like just playing an action movie.
The current Tomb Raiders are quite good games, but I wasn't drawn into the Tomb Raider game as I was at the Uncharted.
Yeah, no.
And even watching the trailers for Rise of the Tomb Raider versus Uncharted 4, like Uncharted 4 just eats it up.
Uncharted 4 seems like it's got a develop, like it does have a developing story, where Tomb Raider, the new one, still seems like it's just Tomb Raider Part 2.
Well, it's funny, they're like, we heard what you wanted and we put more tombs in.
Oh my god, she's raiding tombs! Oh, she's going to like them soon.
I just like the pacing of, like, the guys from Naughty Dogs, the way they're done in terms of, like, you come into a big area and you generally have this is your quieter sort of coming through an area section, splash a bit of story, splash a bit of funnies in there.
Puts a couple of items on the ground so you know shit's going to go down.
Yeah.
There's some extra ammo.
And then, like, splash some action firefight going on and maybe a puzzle in there. And it's, like, just a good blend of different stuff. And then, like, the car scene out of the new one. Did you guys all watch that? Did we talk about that?
Yeah. I spoke about that last episode.
What?
There's, like, the car...
The chase through the
car
city,
chase,
yeah.
Number 2.
No, the new one, Uncharted 4.
Oh, yeah,
No,
with the mud and all that cool stuff and swinging and doing it.
Yeah, and then
And you were like, oh my god, it finished there.
continued
And I was like,
on.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's more. Oh, yeah, because then you watched it at conference.
When does that come out? Next year now?
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
So on the Uncharted collection, there's a little tag that you, it says, check the overleaf. And I always thought it was
The what?
Huh?
Check the what?
The overleaf. Which I thought was the piece of paper that was inside the thing to say when the beta for Uncharted for multiplayer comes out.
Beta?
And I looked at it. Beta.
You're a beta.
You're a beta. I would say you're like the top of the betas. I'd say that you were like a premium beta.
Probably a master.
All right, yeah. I
You would
reckon
be
you would
a
be.
master.
Are you an alpha?
You're definitely a alpha beta. Yeah, you'd definitely be a master beta.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You're more of a tango.
Oh, God. All right. And then it says, go to Uncharted, go to the overview and download it. And I was literally looking at it for about 10, 15 minutes trying to work out where the download is. And then on the actual cover of it, that sticker is actually a foldable sticker you peel and fold it over. And it's like...
Really?
Yeah, but then it says, ooh, this is only available for at blah, 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 when it's available.
Is there a code on the sticker?
No, there's no code. I think it's just going to be open to anyone.
Oh,
So
right.
it's not like exclusive to
okay.
people.
I thought no.
I think you have to have the game to get it, but there's no code. There's no code in the piece of paper.
The game because it will be unlocked within the game.
Yeah, I think so.
So you put the disc in and there'll be a little thing down the bottom possibly that you
And then you can download it or whatever.
Well, then you'll need to keep a hold of that game for a while.
I'm going to keep it.
No,
What
don't get rid of
section
it.
are they releasing for beta? Just
The multiplayer.
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 Moldy.
Yeah.
You just wanted to say that, didn't you?
I said that intentionally to bait you.
So and then you peel it over and it says that. So, but it says obviously you need PlayStation Plus and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Which everyone knows that you need PlayStation Plus if you've got to play online, which is going to happen.
Gonna play multiplayer.
Multiplayer. But yeah, so it's enjoyable. I can't wait to start playing
Listen
it.
to that. That's a
Like,
top rating. There's some cover art, like box cover art. It's enjoyable.
I'll tell you what, the quotes for Jurassic World that we have at work was like, it will take a bite out of you.
Oh,
And
God.
it's like...
Don't forget your margaritas.
The best one was compelling visual effects. And it was like IGN or something like that. And I was just like, are you serious? Compelling visual effects. There's nothing else you could say
looks
about
good.
this.
That's,
It was basically, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
You know, like I thought the dinosaurs were part real.
Yeah.
You know?
you almost fooled me.
The other game that I have actually been playing for the majority of the week has been Donkey Kong Country 3.
Oh.
That's an
So we're gonna
obscure
say half
other
seven.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country 3 on the Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, plugged it
DKC.
in. Was like,
3.
yeah, sweet, I'll get into it.
With Reese's favourite Donkey Kong,
Dixie Kong.
Dixie Kong.
Yeah. as
I think I missed the reference. Like,
I still do enjoy Donkey Kong 2 better, but I found myself with all these Donkey Kong games that I try to find everything in the game. So, like, you got to find all the coins, you got to find all the DK tokens in every level. And if I don't have this little yellow flag flapping against my winning flag, I keep playing that level.
Really?
Keep going and going and going. And the ones that do my head in, do you remember the level that had the saw? It goes up the tree, and then you got to, because it just keeps moving. You wouldn't have played it.
no,
would you,
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, like, did you ever play in Ori and the Blind Forest? If there was any level that you would have to keep going if there was water rising or something like that. Same thing as that. There's that sort of level with the saw going up a tree.
The worst level in Ori and the Blind Forest was the tree,
geyser,
Geekage or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was the worst. It was out of all the designed levels. It was the worst.
Did it make you yell and scream?
I threw the controller.
Yeah, so it's bringing back platformers because I swore a lot. And there's another level which is like original Donkey Kong, the trolley one, but you're on like a little cart along rails. Yeah. Same sort of thing. But I kept trying to get the bonuses and kept dying. And
really? Yeah.
Lots of F-bombs.
You would really enjoy Ori in the Blind Forest.
I think I would, but I think I haven't played a platformer that has felt like the Donkey Kong. So I think out of all the platformers, they're my favourite.
So there's been a few platformers out, but none of them have actually stopped me from playing anything else that's out at that time and finished it. And I finished.
Was visually engaging.
That was one part of it. Trusty Crowbar.
Compelling.
Yeah, compelling. I couldn't think of the exact word. But he's a sucker for it, because that's why I was
I'm
like,
a sucker for
this
that.
is real pretty, and I know that's why you played it. And then he cries in video games, and he would have cried in that.
I think I found it very visually compelling, because games that pull the camera back a bit and have the character smaller and you see like this larger area and stuff, they're the ones where you're like, wow, look at everything on the screen.
I can get there. How do I get there?
Super fluid, like, animation. Yeah. Like, it was...
You don't get that in Donkey Kong, Bob. The new Donkey Kongs you do, and they suck. They are shit.
Because you've only played the 3D one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't played the Tropical Freeze.
No, that's the one I'm talking about. That is shit.
On the Wii U.
Yeah.
Really? When did you play
I played it on the 3DS, which is
that's only
practically the same game.
Well, Tropical Freeze is a bit different.
You get hit, you have 3 lives and all this stuff, and the whole concept of Donkey Kong and what they did, they completely changed it. It just annoyed me. It annoyed me, Doug. I was upset.
So,
well, it wasn't.
But
Rare.
I do feel that Rare are probably the best people that make platformers.
Yeah, I guess basically anyone that can make a good platformer is, because when we think about game companies, and
anyone that could make a good platformer is the best at making good platformers. You've heard it here first.
It's another quote. Trusty Crowbar.
So the reason why I say stupid shit like that is because we look to studios as like, hey, the studio made this game, but it's the people that work at that studio that make it, and people that, like, in game companies, move around a lot and get closed down and this and that. So it'd be nice to see a transition over to more of individuals who are working on stuff, or even
you say
games, or even studios that let us know if people change, or whoever's the head designer and stuff of a game, if they're the same person that continues on. That's why, like, when we look at games like the guy that made the BioShocks, oh god, I forgot his name.
Well, all the guys from there, like, split into several different studios and are doing things that all look really cool.
Well, when you think about
is that the Firewatch, or what's that new game?
That's people from
Idle
Thumbs, isn't it?
Yeah, Firewatch is the Idle Thumbs guys, who left. One of the guys left Double Fine, another one left Bethesda, another one left Telltale, and they all, like, formed their own little studio, which is called Campo Santo, and they're making Firewatch, which looks really good.
It's funny that I'd like if they talked about their game, but obviously there's weirdness about that they vaguely mention it occasionally, and I'm like, I'd enjoy if there was a podcast about what they're doing there. I'd find that interesting, but then I guess that
would take away all the the, like, mystery behind the game. So. Yeah, so like ideas like that, like I can understand. Hey, we're looking at Campo Santo, but I guess if we look a bit more deeper at the people that are actually making the games and stuff,
I wonder if the same people would make Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3. If they would all be the same people.
The same.
That's the thing. Like as we're talking about Uncharted, I think it's the story writer or something like that.
Yeah.
For Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 left, and is not in Uncharted 4 anymore.
Oh, okay.
Really?
And a fair few people had left Naughty Dog when
What
Uncharted
for?
4 was coming out. I don't know. Probably. Was that your stomach?
Yeah, it was.
I was upset about that. So it's interesting to see where this is going to go, and that might be the reason why they're saying that if this is going to be the last Uncharted.
Yeah.
Do you think this will be the last Uncharted to come out? A Thief's End?
A Thief's End.
A Thief's End.
Ends.
I think
Thief
Naughty
Ends.
Dog.
I always look at the title and I think, am I spelling that right?
Yeah, are they?
It doesn't feel.
Yeah.
I'm not
Thief's
comfortable with.
End.
Yeah.
Just putting S's on stuff got popular.
I don't know. I feel like Naughty Dog,
Metal Gears.
as a company, as we've seen in their past, have liked to change up what they're doing and not stick with the same thing over and over. And I think 4 games in a series is a lot.
Yeah.
So to
But
come up
just
with
think,
something else,
Even if
good
they
idea.
just went, no, we'll make one more after this at the end of the PS4's lifespan.
I'd like to see something new. Like I really like
They're
The
gonna
Last
bring
of
it.
Us, and
They'll
that was
bring
something
The Last
new.
of Us, another
There'll be Last of Us 2, which will definitely happen.
I just hope The Last of Us 2 is completely different people. As much as I love The Last of Us, I want to see the world different.
It would be nice to see them in the game somewhere.
Yeah, cameos.
Yeah.
I want to know what is the studio that done that I cannot think of. They've done the cool tech demo of the robot getting pulled apart, like that becomes self-aware, and then they made the game.
Quantic Dream.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're the ones doing the new game on Xbox.
No,
Are
no, that's the guys that did Alan Wake.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
And the game's called something similar to that company.
Yeah.
Quantum Break,
Quantum Break,
is
that's
what the
it.
game's
Oh,
called.
yeah.
Yeah.
Quantic Dream is the guys that made
Brain
Heavy
Fart.
Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and,
Beyond Two Souls.
and what was the most recent one that they made?
Did they make another one?
Yeah, there was something else. No, they haven't.
So that's what I'm saying. Are they working on something?
Well, they had a tech demo for a thing called
You're
the
thinking
Sorcerer.
of Until Dawn, but they didn't make Until Dawn.
They didn't make Until Dawn. No. They did a tech demo of a game they said they were sort of working on called The Sorcerer, and that was at the PS4 launch.
Yeah, did you ever watch that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It seems so
Really,
long
really
ago.
good tech demo.
It showed like the power of this console, like far better than anything else that's actually come out for it so far.
But
They should just go back and build
the whole in-game graphics and everything like that, but a visual in-game thing. So there's no processing power going towards characters moving and AI doing this and that.
Yeah,
But it the same thing is like when you look at the cutscenes in Uncharted, they're all in-game graphics and all that as well. The newest one, and they look amazing.
yeah. Because Quantic Dream, the main guy behind all those games is David Cage. So to follow like
No relation to Johnny.
or Nicholas.
Yeah,
or Nicholas. So to follow like
he likes bees.
the Nicolas Cage is actually a Coppola. Francis Ford Coppola, the guy that directed like The Godfather and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage is like the son.
Do you know Samuel L. Jackson is actually a qualified social worker?
Okay.
Now I do.
No, you did. That's right.
The more you know.
Yep.
So yeah, like David Cage, the guy, he's like the lead writer and designer of these games, like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
And yeah. So the Quantic Dream. I'm going to Google what they're working on.
Okay, and then I'm going to just talk about what I played.
Good
'Cause
job.
I played.
Hey, you haven't even talked about what you've played yet.
I played
talk
whatever Doug played. So
Talk to Doug.
No, so as Reese likes to point out, I play mobile games, and that's all I seem to
Doug
find.
likes to take his games where he can walk.
Yep. And the latest thing that I've been suckered into is the latest Need for Speed, called Need for Speed No Limits.
Hey, you remembered it.
is that
Good
on?
job.
Is that on the phone?
Yeah.
Oh god.
And it's pretty funny. It's like classic free to play. But I was chatting to Reese about before the podcast, like briefly, that the one thing I did kind of like about it, and probably that had drawn me to it a little bit, is just who it was from, which was Fire Monkey Studio, who the guys that had done the Real Racing series. Lucas isn't listening. So the guys that made Real Racing, so they had done this, but EA have bought them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they made what's that one called? Flight Control as well.
Yeah, the one where you
but
control the flights
That one.
of the planes.
But Aussie Game Studio, which is cool. But it's like pretty basic game mechanics in terms of the actual racing side of things. But the one thing I'd had seen it like advertised somewhere, and they were like being just really good, short, sharp races, like 40 seconds a minute per race, which is good. It's just like bang, you go, you finish, and it's perfect for a mobile game. Like if you had Need for Speed length races on your phone, that'd be annoying to have like a 5-minute race.
Yeah.
So they at least got that right. But they have just it's sort of interesting to play it from the perspective of how they've monetized it as well.
How have they worked in that?
Yeah, but it's like so many aspects of it as well, which is what's crazy. So I guess like one of the main things that dictates how much you can play is you have a fuel gauge which recharges, which is like 10 units.
Hang on, do you have to buy fuel?
No,
$2.49.
No.
10 litres of fuel.
So weirdly, you don't
Yours like actual fuel prices each day.
So
BP's offering
fluctuates.
of all the elements in the game. So instead of that, no, you don't. I haven't seen anywhere where you directly buy fuel, but
servos.
But they have a gold thing, and you can buy gold, and then that gold you can run out of fuel, and then use that gold to buy fuel. So essentially, yes, but
hang on.
You haven't seen anywhere to get fuel.
No. You
Just because you're not buying directly fuel, you're converting your currency to this online currency to buy fuel.
I understand. No.
It's just a fuckery.
No,
why can't you just buy fuel, Doug?
Because you feel rich when you buy gold, and then you're like, I can spend my gold on anything.
And I'm not defending that. I was just saying like they don't make it that you directly buy it, but they are. Yeah. You're converting into currency.
You buy gold, and then convert it to black gold. Is that what you basically say?
Yes. So the few different things what's the current pack here? So I think I can unlock a car for $13, $12.99.
Far out.
Gold for 30 days, $3.79.
Wait, hang on. I just actually had a bit of a thought about this. When you think about unlocking cars, okay, a car might cost you $10, might cost you $13. Kids really enjoy video games and all that stuff right now, yeah? So
you reckon? I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you seen kids enjoy video games?
Where are you getting this research? Who have you been talking to?
But when you think about a kid buying a game on that, and a kid, when we were kids, Matchbox cars.
Kids still buy Matchbox cars. They also now have to buy every video game.
Yeah, but if you think about it, some kids might just go, I want a car for my game instead of a toy car.
Yeah.
So it's that whole development of age.
Yeah, but this is more like I've been kind of enjoying this as a distraction, but I've been enjoying looking at how they've I guess
the development
it's
side.
EA, like EA,
of course,
but how they've monetized it. Yeah.
Wouldn't rip you off. What are we talking about?
Okay, so you can buy 50 gold for $2.49, and then you can buy a security van full of gold, which is 3,750 gold pieces for $129.99.
Even having a game which...
Why is that in there?
No, but why is that...
Because there would be one person that would pay for that.
Why is there even ability of not unlocking the full game at that price? That's ridiculous that you can buy that much gold to know that you're not going to get the whole game still.
Further things that unlocks that you unlock to unlock and play the game. So I'm just trying to play the game organically and just use the in-game currency. So there's like there's a couple of different styles of races that you can do, and there'll be like car series, so ones that are specific. Say this one is a Ford Fiesta ST only, but your car has a ranking as you upgrade it, so it has a star rating and a whatever PR. They probably told me what PR stands for. I didn't pay attention, but it's got a rank as you upgrade all the different components, sort of similar to like other Need for Speed stuff, except you upgrade those components through unlocks, which might be by winning races, or you could be buying boxes of cards with gold.
Boxes of cards.
Yeah, so there's
gold.
so there's a loading dock, and then I've got like crates, and these crates have different unlocks in them. So I could buy
cards, or are they more like a token?
Yeah, token cards, whatever you want to call it. Like, so it's with all the different.
There's
entry
so many
components.
fucking things in there.
No. Well, what does
that mean, Reese? What does that mean?
Did we
I
just
think that means you might have run out of footage on the camera.
Oh no, we're full. The camera's full. Anyway,
It might be.
We'll continue because you can listen to us, and Reese is going to slap a picture of Doug's face right here.
Yeah, perfect. I just got an unlock. But so there's timed unlocks. But the thing, this all took me back to, and I was saying this to Reese, is if you remember from early iOS games, especially the free-to-plays, and I used to play, like, I think there was a Mafia one I played,
Yep.
and there was like,
They were the
like
Facebook
Mob
games.
Wars.
They were the Facebook
Yeah, but then
ones.
they had actual app
Yeah.
versions. There was like, there was like a Mob Wars one. There was an Army one. I reckon Kristen played. There was one
Yep.
G'd at females, essentially.
Well, my
like
wife,
where it's
played-
all timed unlocks and you do
Yeah.
this and do that.
My wife played Heyday Farming, which is a farming simulator one and stuff. And like you were saying, it's a time one.
Time one
But
and card
you
unlocks.
can get around them a lot of the times by just changing the time on your phone to like 4 a day and then go back and then you got 20 gold.
No, this keeps syncing back to a server. They're onto that.
Yeah, they figured out how to do that.
But yeah, there's so many. They twirl this into so many elements, and it's just crazy. Like, and then eventually, like, you might run out of races. But for the most part, if I've done like 5 or 6 races, that's like enough that I'm bored anyway, and then I'll just let it recharge and away it goes. But I don't know. For me, I'd still rather pay for like a more like fully fleshed game.
Well, look, let's have a look.
I'm still like the only like clinging on to that, and it's the same. Like, what annoyed me actually, I played a fair bit of, I think, the original Real Racing, which I paid however much I paid for, and then
$5.99, I think they were.
and then they went to a free to play model, which I then like.
That was when EA bought them, I think.
Yeah,
and
and
they
that
released
just-
Real Racing 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that just took the fun. Like, it was actually quite a good, like, in-depth racing game, and like the way the series and unlocks and everything work.
Let's have a look at like Forza, for example. It's got 250 plus cars. All right, it's $79. All right, 250 cars. Each car costs 31 cents.
Yep.
All right. How much were the cars in that? $13.
Like they don't. I don't. Yeah, that.
Let's say $13 on average. Let's say they're 250 cars. That game costs $3,250
And that's not with trying to get upgrades and everything as well. That's just for the cars.
just for the cars.
But if you just upgraded in this, it wouldn't, like, the races aren't even specifically probably that fun. It's almost the same way out of the, going back to the earlier free-to-play games, where you're sort of just, like, tapping and you're just winning because of a stat. Like, there's an easy race mode that I think
really?
you would just win or not win.
Oh, okay, that you just tap and then go.
I think so, yeah. So it's, they sort of mask it that there's a real game there, but it's still kind of just a card, like, I'm saying card game, but like as in that there's cards and unlocks and a lot of that, and timed unlocks and stuff that, you can get around by just spending money.
I've got to point out that our Trusty Crowbar app, when it launches, is going to have microtransactions. That if you want another
Disco.
podcast member, all right, it's $2.99 to add in.
Yeah, so
rid of Doug.
what we're actually going to do is release the audio of mine and Lucas's, and then we'll mute Doug. If you want to hear Doug, actually,
I don't know if that's going to sell.
So yeah, probably it's Lucas and Doug's voice, and then mine will be muted.
Yeah.
If you want to hear me, $70.
Yeah. If you want supplementary material, that's another $2.99.
If you want that guy in the background, you said that. All right. Just like little cat calls. Yeah, baby.
You can soundboard it if you like. You can do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. That's not happening. We're not making an app for that.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Straight up. No.
Terrible idea.
I've already decided this is not
Do
happening.
you know, one thing I did enjoy Apple have been doing from time to time, pay, like in the App Store, like a pay once section.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're going through games, I'm like,
They changed it from being called free to get.
yes. But
But that's not on Android, is it? Android's still free with in-app purchases.
Oh, it tells you if it's got in-app purchases.
Yeah, it's
when you
amazing.
actually click install, it comes up and tells you everything that it will. Yeah.
I found that you don't actually need an account to download Android apps. I found that interesting.
Really?
Yeah, when I was using the Samsung phone for a while, I could just click get or download on all the free apps, and it was like, "Hey, would you like to log in?" So this saves your account. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because you're like, I'm just going to give this phone back and go back to a crappy
pretty much I
iPhone.
went back to my iPhone,
Because
which
just
I'm
life's too hard.
much more happy with.
Yeah, I've like whether it's a fair rule or not, but if a game is paid, doesn't worry me. But if it's paid and has in-game purchases, like I like on Apple at least, you can go in and see what said in-game purchases are, because I'm always then suspicious. I'm like, what transactions are you hiding in there? I guess it was, although a few games have like almost like DLC, and then I can cope with that if it's like a whole new section just bolted into the game.
Oh,
Downloadable content.
Yeah,
That's what that means.
yeah. So anything else that we wanted to talk about? Or
No, I think that's everything for this week.
Since the camera broke.
Since
you put it on 1080p, we didn't need that. Good resolution.
That's
Could put it
true.
on 720.
Could've.
Would have had probably an extra hour of footage, but
told
now
you-
we're still looking at Doug's stupid face.
Told you, it's that picture from
This game
our
looks fun. Tell us-
unboxing video.
Oh,
That if you would
Grumpy
like to
Doug
check
face.
out, jump on our YouTube channel, because we've actually got some new products which some suppliers have sent us that we got to test out and do an unboxing and everything of, and you can hear our thoughts and everything of it on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com youtube.com/Trusty Crowbar podcast.
Yep. And we'll also have reviews, the new reviews and stuff on there soon.
Yep. All right, that's it for this week. I can go now home and play some more Hearthstone.
So now home. What are you becoming, Yoda?
I go now home.
Go now home. I must.
Hearthstone play, you must. That game is so addictive. It's ridiculous.
it is.
I'm actually thinking of sinking more money into it.
Don't do it.
No, I want to buy the expansion packs for it.
Children.
There's 2 expansion
Think of
packs.
the children.
They're $34 each. You get like 30 or something extra cards.
You don't get
that can
anything.
use. No, you do. You get there's a story.
Yeah, no.
You get to play, and you get 30 extra cards that you can only get
I'm gonna
if you
tell
have those
you
expansion
why.
packs.
Why don't you just go buy that board game that I said, and then we can all play it together?
No, I am asking my wife
Lucas,
to buy
remember
me.
that time went to your house, your kids weren't wearing pants, and you're like, I can't afford pants for my children.
Go. What?
And I was like, why can't you afford pants?
Hearthstone!
And he's like jittering in the corner, like, I need the stone. Like,
The hearth. The hearth.
Ah, you got a problem, man. This is actually an invention.
An intimidavention.
Intimidavention.
It's like
you cannot play this game anymore.
Are you trying to intimidate me with intervention?
Yep.
he meant what he said.
Yeah, I meant what
he
I
said.
You
What he
have
meant.
you have nothing against Doug spending $15 on a car.
He didn't. He
Look at
hasn't,
him.
and he won't.
He wanted to, but now he won't.
No,
What's the most you've spent on in-app games?
Is it Momentous? Was that the game that had the spinny perspective that was real pretty? Was that what the game was called?
What?
Was it called Momentous?
The spinny perspective.
Duet.
Like you could, you could, like you,
Monument Valley.
yes. I don't know why I call it Momentous. But there you go. It got,
Good guess.
Yeah, I know.
it got us there. That had Monument in it. I purchased that. That might have been like $3.79 or something.
No, that's
No,
the
that's-
game.
that's the
In-app
game.
purchases.
No, there wasn't in that.
Oh, you purchased the in-app purchase for it.
There was add-on levels for that. And that's when I was saying that I could...
I think
I've only ever bought one thing that's an in-app thing, which was removing ads from Reddit Now. And that cost me like $3, and it literally took me about a year and a half to do.
yeah, 'cause you're like,
I don't want to pay for that. And then I was like, I'll support them. They're a
yeah,
good
so
app.
annoying. Yeah,
They've done well. But I've never bought anything in-app. Ever.
nothing on the phone.
This is why my kids can afford pants. No, my kids have pants.
I'd hate to see my whole iTunes bill. I couldn't...
Oh, that would be interesting. Maybe we should, because I think you can get a full catalogue of everything you purchased. Let's do it.
I will
Let's
work
check
that
it
out.
Next
I'm Reese
week.
Whitting Slow.
Douglas Bright.
Lucas Whitting Slow.
We are the Trusty Crowbar. Thank you for listening.
I think we should come up with pseudonyms for our names. Pseudonyms?
Pseudonyms?
Synonyms? No. Aliases.
Yeah,
It's too late now. Everyone knows
with
their
the
name.
You can be
something.
I'm going to be...
Someone was a pickle or someone was
Oh
bacon
yeah,
or something.
you're the salty pickle or something like
Yeah.
that. No, there was something like that. You were fried bacon, and I was
You smell like fried
I was fried chicken or something like that.
Okay, who cares? Where's
I'm
Trusty
gonna-
Crowbar? Farewell.
Bye.